Storm Tracker 4 meteorologist Daniel McFarland keeping a track of our local weather, but also the hurricane situation that's been developing.
Oh yeah, we have high heat here, but there's another part of the country that's going to be seeing a pretty big hurricane hitting them. And heavy rain is going to be another big thing to watch too with this.
Okay, Daniel.
Yeah, so the latest update on Helene is that it's still a Category 1 storm with winds of about 85 miles per hour. And it's going to continue to get stronger here over the next day. We'll talk about that in just a second. But I do want to mention it's starting to pick up a little bit of speed, now moving north at about 12 miles per hour. And I'm expecting it to continue to get faster here over the next little bit as well. But one big problem with this storm is the energy it has to feed off of, because it is projected to make landfall right here just off of Apalachicola, in between there and the coast to south of Tallahassee near St. George. And through that entire area, you do have an average water temperature of 86 degrees. That is very, very warm. And for this time of year, it's very typical that we see hurricanes develop very fast. And that's really going to be what we're expecting when it comes to Helene right here. By this time tomorrow, it could easily be a Category 4 storm. And also notice where it's going to be passing by. If you have any family members near spots like Fort Myers, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete, they're going to be seeing impacts as well, because this storm is also very, very large. So storm surge is going to be a really big issue around the Tampa area, but it's really going to get bad once you get around the Big Bend. So as I mentioned before, areas like St. George Island over near Cedar Key, that's going to be areas that could have storm surge in between 11 and 15 feet in the area. And even once it makes landfall, I'm expecting it to be probably a Category 3 storm, and it will be moving right through Bluntstown right there in Tallahassee before making its way into Georgia and dying down to a Category 1 storm very quickly as well. So when it comes to the winds we're tracking here, the tropical storm force winds are going to be in the yellow. And this is going to be another problem if you have family members closer towards Naples or Fort Myers or Tampa, because yes, they're not going to be expecting any kind of hurricane force winds, but they can easily have winds around 50 to 60 miles per hour in an area like that. But the worst winds are going to be safe for spots like Tallahassee. Eventually, areas like Warner Robins are also going to be having some stronger winds. And then Atlanta likely going to be tropical storm force by the time it reaches that area as well. But if you have family members in Georgia, there's something else to watch for that spot. Yes, Florida's going to be seeing the strongest winds. But if you look across the state of Georgia, they're easily going to have plenty of spots with more than 4 inches of rain falling throughout that entire time. So keep in mind, there's going to be multiple different impacts your family members could be seeing if they live in this portion of the country. And I think all of it's going to be wrapped up by late Friday. Thankfully, it is going to be moving pretty quickly out there. Now, if you're back here in southern Arizona, the biggest thing for us is going to be a high pressure center that's building right over the Four Corners. And this is going to continue to drive our high temperatures up for the next few days. We're not going to see it move all that much. And as you can see, we've already progressed all the way out towards Sunday right here. High pressure, a really big issue for us, and that's why your temperature is going to continue to climb. So we're looking right around 104 to 105 throughout your day tomorrow across the area of Tucson. Headed down towards the south, spots like Nogales could be around 98, and just about everyone over there in Cochise County over 90 degrees once again, as we were talking about before. So quick look at your 10-day forecast is going to show potential record-breaking days out there every single day over the next 5. And as we talked about before, that's why we have 2 different alert days for both Friday and Saturday with the excessive heat moving on in. We should start to see the heat take a backseat on Sunday, but still likely seeing record-breaking high temperatures, Angelique. And even once we get closer towards next weekend, still warmer than average with highs in the 90s, but at least we should get away from 106 to 107, which is going to be what we're tracking during that time.
Yeah, at least